So the weather that is the problem, is the weather. The winter is brutal, and it is, it's the snowiest city in America with over 100,000 or more residents. So there's some other smaller places, and even kind of north of the city, what they call the Tug Hill Plateau, gets like comically large amounts of snow. Like it's absurd how much snow they get, when you get 15, 20 miles north of Syracuse. But yeah, so the snow is one thing, but when I lived in Colorado, there was also snow, and it was December to February, and then March hits and it doesn't snow anymore. The real thing with Syracuse is that you're not done when you get to March. The fun is only beginning, so part of it is the winter itself is a bummer, but the winter itself is a bummer in many places. What makes Syracuse uniquely bad weather is the spring, or lack thereof, So what always happens is you'll get 1 or 2 days where it's in the 50s in March, and you're like, oh baby, we made it, here we go, here comes the good weather, and then you just get hammered with a blizzard and, another 2 feet of snow, in the middle of March, and then it takes 3 weeks to melt, and then you get sleet and, one more snowfall in April, and then, probably every 5th year we get snow on Mother's Day, so in May. And it goes immediately from that to 90 degrees in June, so we just don't have a spring. We just have like a diet winter. And that is really what makes Syracuse weather uniquely bad compared to the rest of the country. Is there's other places that have bad winters, but our springs are just terrible. I mean, they are really something else. And so, I'm recording this on November 12th. Yesterday, on November 11th, we got, so around me it was only 3 or 4 inches, but north of me, it was 8 inches of snow. So it's like 8 inches of snow in November. And just really the thing that gets me is like, so when I walk outside, yesterday and today, it's just like knowing like going outside is going to be an ordeal for a minimum of 6 months, right? For the next 6 months, I can't just walk outside. It's always a problem, so that's the headspace you're in, when that first snowfall hits, in November or hopefully December. But so again, our winters are bad, but it's really our springs that are just absolutely brutal. And yeah, we don't get a lot of sunshine, which is, that's true of the Pacific Northwest as well. Like, there's other areas. So, I mean, if you're really sensitive to getting sun, this is probably not the place for you. But it does make you really appreciate it when you get a nice sunny day, if you really love it. But yeah, the weather here is just brutal. Yeah, so here's just a little bit of an outline of now at the bottom you see the pleasant season, May to October. May is a bit of a wild card. I would say May is not reliably pleasant. I would say June to October is reliably pleasant. Like I said, not that infrequently we get snow on Mother's Day. So that's just something to think about. But conversely, our falls are absolutely elite. So our August, September, October, I would take those 3 months in Syracuse over any 3 months anywhere in the country. I mean, it is just absolutely beautiful. It's like in the 70s. It's very often sunny. You don't get a ton of rain. You get enough rain that the ground isn't like concrete, but you get a lot of sun, and it's not that humid. And it is really, really, really beautiful for those 3 months. And that really, those 3 months kind of make the other 9, more bearable and kind of quote unquote worth it. But yeah, that November through May is tough. And then it does get hot. This is what I always complain about when we get to June and July. I'm like, well, why do I have to put up with a 9-month frickin' winter, if summer is also going to be 95 degrees and humid? But 95 degrees and humid is a lot better than Atlanta or New Orleans, which is like 198% humidity. So where our summers are not amazing, it's not like it's 70 degrees in the summer and not humid. It's still a lot better than a lot of the country. And again, our falls are just absolutely wonderful.